Benchwarmers, as many of our listeners who live in Colorado are aware, there was a surprise wildfire in Marshall and Boulder County that unfortunately led to the evacuation of both areas and left nearly 1,000 homes damaged. One thing that Niko and I know as natives to Colorado is we help each other out when we're in need, and that's why we are hoping that you will do the same with us as well.
For those who lost their homes in the fire, we have the link for you to donate to Community Foundation of Boulder County. Use the link in the description below. If you're listening on the podcast, it'll be in the description of the video or in the description of the episode. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description of down below. And you can help those families out who lost more than they bargained for at the end of 2021. We stand with the Boulder community and the victims of this tragedy and ask you to help any way you can. Donate to the link below and spread the word.
We do stand with Boulder County. Hopefully everybody is able to come back from this safe and sound. Hey. The final week of the FEOTB NFL regular season pick'em. Niko is the regular season champion. We'll come up with the point system for the playoffs, but we do have the final Saturday and Sunday of games coming up in the extended NFL season. We're watching the Browns and Steelers on Monday Night Football. The Browns just got their first points of the game and Njoku touchdown, but we got plenty of stuff to get into for Week 18. Starting things off with the Denver Broncos trying to snap the now 12-game losing streak against the Chiefs, or is it higher?
I don't know. We haven't beat them since
2015.
Since the Super Bowl.
Yep, and I think it was the first game that they played in 2015.
We lost them the second time because we didn't.
That was when Peyton got pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Broncos Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs because I
you
still want to win.
Because you don't want the number 1 overall seed. That's why.
Well, honestly, it'd give us a bye to the second round of the playoffs. Can I count the bye as a win as a playoff win as a Bengals fan? I don't know, but with what I saw from the Broncos, it's almost like everybody's given up except for the coach, or except for Vic Fangio. Fangio doesn't understand that.
Oh, Fangio has given up too. The guy's talking about meatball subs and talking about TV shows in the locker room apparently after the game instead of the actual game. So apparently he's given up too. So
with all those challenges.
The only person that hasn't given up is Drew Lock because he's playing for his career.
That
it's not very good.
No,
he's not doing a great job, but at least he's playing.
It just. When I'm a player on the team and I see my coach throwing a challenge flag just because he's pissed off about the play, like, oh, we didn't stop him. Challenge.
Stupid. So.
There was, like, I know.
He's 1 for 6 this year.
I really don't think that he's throwing the challenge flag thinking he's going to win. I just think that he wants to let the referees know he doesn't agree with what they call.
I think he realized at halftime was like, oh, I still got a challenge flag. Well, I don't want to have it by the end of the game because I don't know what to do with it at the end of the game. So I'm just going to throw it in this play and fuck it. I don't need it this one. Yeah. I'm going to go with the Chiefs because I need the Broncos to lose so that we have a higher draft pick than the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs because I just don't think that the Broncos are
going to overcome this. Trade bait. Need the trade bait. That's what we need.
Cowboys at the Eagles, the Saturday night.
2 playoff teams.
2 playoff teams now. Yep, and the Cowboys. We gave them praise last week, and they spit in our face. So I don't know if I want to give them praise this week. I was under the impression that the Eagles were going to have to win to get into the playoffs, but knowing that they are secure now, and the Cowboys are like the team that loses to the teams that are about equal with them, but they kill the bad teams. And the Eagles, with as good as they've been playing, I think are a bad team, so I'm going Cowboys.
I'm going to go Cowboys too because the Cowboys are a much better team. I think the Eagles are a first round out. Actually, in the playoffs, doesn't matter who they play in a wild card game or one of those top 3 seeds, doesn't matter. I'm still going to go the Cowboys here because I think the Cowboys are more talented. It's a damn shame Jalen Hurts has to deal with fans falling on him in opposing stadiums, so. That's all I'm gonna say.
He could have died.
Oh, that could have been a lot worse scenario.
That's the second major stadium malfunction at Raljon. Remember when the sewer pipe broke?
A piss bucket.
It's not good. Not great. Not at all.
It's not good at all.
Well, Dan Snyder's spending all his money on legal fees instead of updating Raljon.
A lot of other things in that.
The Eagles just took Washington's place in the room. You can interchange the 2020 Washington football team and the 2021 Philadelphia Eagles. Same situation. They're going to be there. They're going to maybe play hard in the wild card, but it's going to take a miracle for them to get any further. So both on the Cowboys in that one. Then kicking things off on Sunday, AFC North battle. But I don't think that I think we're going to be seeing a Baker, possibly a Case Keenum versus Brandon Allen game because the Browns are out of it.
They may play Baker just for the sole reason that they think that he needs to show himself.
Possibly. I'm going with the Bengals just because, I don't know if the Browns are good enough to beat the Bengals 2 times in a season, even with Brandon Allen at quarterback.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals too because I almost want the Browns to keep losing so that they take a swing on a quarterback and not name Aaron Rodgers, and that Baker Mayfield is up for grabs for literally nothing.
I wish I was better at digital media creation because I would make a GIF of you as you're the defense, and the goalie is like all possible quarterbacks, and the pucks are just rebounding, and you're like, okay, Matt Corral, no Aaron Rodgers, no Russell Wilson, anybody but Drew Lock, anybody but Teddy, please, just give me another quarterback. Both on Cincinnati, and that one taking the win against Cleveland in Cleveland. Next game up, Packers going to the Lions. We did mention it. Packers do not have to play anybody, and it makes it interesting thinking about maybe the Lions winning. However, I think that the Packers showed on Sunday Night Football that their backups are still better than every other team in their division. So for that reason, I think the Packers will get the win. I think it's just going to be a close game now.
I'm going to go on a limb and go with the Lions.
Lions, yeah.
Going with the Lions because like I said Aaron Rodgers was on Monday Night Manning, so that curse is still alive, and I don't think they have anything to play for.
They don't.
Play Detroit, why not? Get Dan Campbell a win team of the year. The guy has done honestly a pretty good job with a shit team.
He's definitely earned himself
They
another
deserve better.
season. And hopefully they're able to get something figured out. I don't know.
Hopefully Kayvon Thibodeau can be that answer.
That I don't think that they don't have a quarterback that they can take with the number 1
No.
overall pick. By the way, thank
top
you.
5.
Shout out Detroit. You guys are now the most recent team to go back-to-back number 1 overall picks. You did it. You took it from the Bengals. I appreciate it.
No. The Jaguars are still in the running.
Oh wait, no. It is the Jaguars did it. The Jaguars did it. I got my bad teams mixed up. Anyways, let's move on. You're picking the Lions against the backups for the Packers.
Only because I need some Aaron Rodgers just pissed off at the team kind of stuff to happen. That's why.
It makes sense. I mean, if anybody's going to piss Aaron Rodgers off, why not make it Dan Campbell? Bears at Vikings, the other NFC North matchup. I'm going Minnesota. It's in Minnesota. That's pretty much the only reason. And the Bears looked good, but the Giants are just trash.
I'm going Bears here because of the Vikings. That's worse. The Vikings with Kellen Mond or Sean Mannion. Sean Mannion looks like the man can barely walk. That guy cannot move at all. I'm going to go the Bears here because I think. Oh man, I'm not going to say Nagy wants to win this game to end things on a good note. But he's gone no matter what. Maybe he wants to go out and take some shots and win a game, so that Alabama will hire him as an offensive coordinator, so he'll get a job down there.
Here's all you need to know about Sean Mannion. I can pretty much pull out where anybody went to college. I completely forgot where Sean Mannion went to college. No clue. Still, that being said, I think that Minnesota is better than Chicago. I think both these coaches, honestly, are probably done with their respective teams. I don't think Minnesota's going to keep Zimmer.
I sure as hell hope the Broncos don't go after Zimmer. So.
Former defensive-minded old coach.
That's what also worries me, the relationship he has with George Payton.
I wanted him so bad, because he was the Bengals defensive coordinator in 2015. I wanted him so badly to take over. I wanted him, fire Marvin, promote Mike, let's see what happens. And I'm honestly probably glad it didn't happen, but I think both those coaches are done. Washington going to New Jersey to play the Giants. I think that even though Washington is now officially eliminated from the playoffs, we aren't going to get Heineke back-to-back in Wild Card Weekend. I do still think that they're better than the Giants. They're going to be able to beat the G-Men at home. I'm going Washington football.
Giants are one of the most untalented teams in football. And that's because of all the injuries and everything. They're very talented when they're all healthy. But this team has literally been riddled with everything. I don't think Daniel Jones is the guy. I think they may be on the search for a quarterback too next year.
They did say both him and Judge are returning. You're going to run things back again with the same cast.
Oh, then you're going to have the exact same thing happen because the Cowboys are good. Yep. Washington is a quarterback away from being decent, and the Eagles are a playoff team. So
the best thing you have going for your franchise is Saquon Barkley, and he's honestly approaching bust. Number 2 overall pick. He's approaching a bust status.
That's a very hot take. I'll tell you that. He's just not healthy. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to go Washington here though. Still.
Yeah, we're both on the football team there. Colts Jaguars. This is the team that took the stink off of the Bengals organization. Jaguars back-to-back number 1 overall picks. The Colts are going to get a win in the final week of the season.
This is where things get interesting. Colts lose somehow. I'm not predicting. I pick the Colts to win. If the Colts lose, Sunday night football game between the Chargers and Raiders, they both need a tie to make the playoffs. Basically, we could have the weirdest Sunday night football game ever where 2 teams basically just need a tie.
Crazy.
Because Colts lose, that means they fall even, I think, with one of those teams. I don't know where I saw this, but the standings work out where the Raiders and Chargers game is going to decide winner of that basically makes the playoffs. If they tie and the Colts lose, both those teams are in.
Wow.
That means the games go to the overtime.
This extra
One
week
team
is
may
just
sit on their ass.
This extra week is just making things.
I know, it's just really weird.
I have no clue about that.
I mean, I don't think the Jaguars can pull it off. Don't get me wrong, but still, it'd be wild if it did happen.
It would make for interesting
television.
compelling television, but
I don't know about compelling television actually, because both teams may take a knee every 4 downs. It's just a gentleman's agreement. Let's make the playoff, boys.
Brandon Staley would be that guy for Los Angeles to work out something. And Basicchia, I think Basicchia might have gotten himself a contract because think about what the Raiders have overcome: Gruden,
everything,
Ruggs. All of that kind of stuff.
The cornerback Arnett.
Yep. Damon Arnett.
You name it.
John
Madden passing away.
John Madden.
Yeah, like rest in peace, John Madden. Like
maybe that's what pushes them. I mean, if they win, they could be in. Maybe that's going to be what pushes them into the playoffs. And Derek Carr, man, I don't know. Like
Derek Carr,
he's just middle of the road. That's all you can say about Derek Carr.
He's a very streaky quarterback. Mariota looks pretty decent too. I'll be honest. Give it a buck here. That guy honestly deserves another job somewhere.
I think so. Too.
If I weren't wanting Aaron Rodgers, if I weren't wanting Russell Wilson, then I'd keep an eye on Aaron Mariota.
Well,
there's another name I haven't said all year. That's
a new name for the quarterback list. So Marcus Mariota, add him. You're picking the Colts, right?
Yeah, I'm picking the Colts.
Both picking the Colts in that one. Steelers at the Ravens, following up their. As we're getting unfortunately sirens in the background, but after the Steelers are finishing up now on Monday Night Football against the Browns, they're going to turn right around and play their biggest rival, the Baltimore Ravens. Pretty much the only true rivalry, like where the 2 teams and the 2 fan bases cannot stand each other.
Yeah.
I know that you think that the Raiders are
No, I know. It's just because I hate everything the Raiders stand for.
Very true.
I know the Steelers and the Ravens, both those teams, just absolutely despise because that's usually the top 2 teams in that division.
That was the one team, like Hines Ward, for all the years that he was in Pittsburgh, did not allow his teammate to wear purple.
Yeah.
No purple whatsoever, and if it was Ravens week, he did not allow purple in the facility. That is how much these 2 teams hate each other. That being said, it's in Baltimore. Who do you have for that game?
I'm going to go Pittsburgh. Big Ben wins his last game as a Steeler because the Ravens don't have anybody playing.
No, I'm sorry.
Lamar's not playing. Huntley's not playing. Literally, their whole defense probably isn't playing.
You don't have faith in the greatest journeyman quarterback of all time, Josh Johnson?
No, I do not.
Okay. I think that Josh Johnson's better than a fat old Big Ben.
They want Big Ben to go out on a high note as much as possible. We obviously haven't seen the end of the Steelers game on Monday Night Football, but I think they want him to at least have some credibility, I guess. I don't know.
He's going to be, unfortunate. Like I said,
he will be Hall of Fame, don't get me wrong.
It makes me sick that he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
It's that sliding under the cake. How I always say the last thing the Oakland Raiders ever did was lose to the Denver Broncos. Raiders fans would love it if the last thing that Ben Roethlisberger ever did play football was lose to the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. It's very true, and I'm hoping that it happens. I would like to see Big Ben lose his last game in Heinz Field. I would like to see him lose his last game that he ever plays. But honestly, I'm still not 100% certain he's going to stay retired. He's the kind of guy that he just wants. No, I get it. He just wants the attention.
Don't put that juju on me, Jimmy.
He just wants the attention.
I know, but some of the teams could be in interested on my team, and I would fucking lose my shit.
Joe Flacco 2.0.
God, no, it'd be worse.
It'd
be so much worse.
But
I would take Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater season over a Big Ben Roethlisberger season.
Okay, I'm glad. And if Big Ben comes here, I might have to move. Honestly, that might be the one thing that gets me out of
He wore
Colorado.
7 because of John Elway, and the motherfucker honestly probably would want to play here, and I would fucking cry. Well,
he does have the confidence in himself to think, even with his big old beer belly, he can't even see his toes. He's like, oh no, the Broncos just need a quarterback. I'm that quarterback. Oh my God. They won with Peyton Manning, right?
Broncos fans' dreams. Kellen Moore / Kyle Shanahan and Aaron Rodgers. Broncos fans' realities. Big fans, Pat Shermer and Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, okay, you're picking Pittsburgh. I got the Ravens in that one. Next up. Looking for an easy New Year's resolution? Make your goal to double your money and get a head start with MyBookie's deposit match bonus. All you have to do is use promo code BENCH, BENCH, when you sign up, and you'll get your initial deposit doubled up to $1,000.
With all that extra dough in your account, you're ready to bet the biggest games of the week, and MyBookie has all the best action. NFL playoff races right around the corner, and in the final stretch, there's plenty of high-stakes games to choose from that mean a lot this weekend. To get you started, look no further than the Bills versus Jets game. Bills have a chance to win the division, and the Patriots still surging right behind them. You'll want to take the Bills because you got to trust Josh Allen. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, and with a favorable matchup against the Jets, back them to cover the spread and win you some bread. Get in on this week's NFL slate and more at mybookie.ag.
Don't drop the ball. Double your first deposit up to $1,000 by using promo code BENCH, BENCH. Head to mybookie.ag, place your bets, and ring in the new year with a win. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. Mybookie.ag, promo code BENCH. The Titans.
They're not going to get swept.
No.
They may not play their guys second half. It's still better than anything that Texas will throw out there.
This is just, they're going to be playing their starters at least to begin with because they have to win this game right now to get that number 1 seed. And what team do you not want to see have a bye in the first round of the playoffs right now? The Tennessee Titans.
Especially with Derek fucking
Tractor Cito is getting himself warm. He's like, I've had I can't even remember how long he's been injured.
It's been a while.
It's been at least 2 months that he's had to sit at home, rest his legs, and he's going to come back in cold weather, and we know what Derrick Henry does in cold weather games. He's going to take over. This could be the best shot that Tennessee has at making something out of their season since they made it to the AFC Championship. And remember, that was a Cinderella run. They should not have been there. They beat the Patriots.
New England should not have beaten
the Baltimore Ravens. That was when they were 14-2, and Lamar Jackson won the MVP.
Everyone thought it was Lamar versus Mahomes we were going to get.
And, it didn't work out that way.
The bear is in hibernation right now.
Yes.
And summer is around the corner. That's all I'm going to say.
So we're both on Tennessee there. Boys, I hope that it happens. Taylor Lewan needs something good after the piss-poor performance Michigan put out there, being a Michigan alumni for him. So I think they're going to take care of business as well. Saints, Falcons. There's a couple of interesting things about this one. We talk about the Cowboys beating up on teams that they should. The Falcons kill bad teams. Here's the thing. Do you think that the Saints are a bad team? If they play Ian Book, yes. If Ian Book somehow gets on the field, I have a lot more faith in the Falcons. I think, though, and they proved it this past weekend, the Saints are good enough. They can make things happen when Taysom Hill is playing quarterback that they're going to beat these bad teams. And the Falcons are... I give credit to Arthur Smith because they should have only won like 2 games if we're being 100% honest.
Yeah, I'm going to go Falcons here for the sole reason that I think Arthur Smith has done so much with so little. So much with so little.
I think
that offense has one guy on his receiving core, and they're winning football games. Like how really obviously healthy field. I hope the mindset everything's better with him, but they've only had Kyle Pitts. Matt Ryan's only had Kyle Pitts, and that defense is atrocious still outside of 1 or 2 guys.
Oh, it's bad.
And it's that bad, and this team is still competitive. And I think the Saints right now are looking for quarterbacks next year. They are shopping whoever and whenever.
It'll be interesting to see who has more cap space to maneuver, but that they might be the one thing standing in the way of the Broncos possibly getting the guy that they want because
the only thing is the quarterbacks that are available are all in the NFC.
True.
That's the one thing they got going against them.
That is something to look at. I think my hot take out of this whole situation, Arthur Smith should, depending on what the odds are, I might be looking at Arthur Smith as Coach of the Year next year because if they get some pieces, and we saw, like I said, Bengals went worst to first in their division. Now, their division a little bit necessary. You can say it might be tougher, but it could happen. And I think Arthur Smith is going to be a big reason why if the Falcons have success next year. But I'm going Saints. You're on the Falcons on that one. Next up, Jets at the Bills. The Bills.
I didn't hesitate picking the Bucs last week.
And you should have.
And I should have, but they still won, and I'm doing the exact same thing here.
Yeah.
It's Buffalo. Buffalo's trying to play for a number 2 seed so that they don't have to face Indianapolis again.
Yeah.
So that they can face the Chargers or the Colts. Or not the Chargers or the Raiders. And I think they would love one of those teams. Yeah. Especially the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. I think that the Bills not having a shot at the number 1 seed is the best thing for them in this week because they have to play all their guys. They have to take care of business, and they have to win. I think they have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs.
Because they beat them.
They beat the Chiefs, so they will have the tiebreaker. I mean, we could be seeing Mahomes have to go through as a 3 seed, which is not the easiest thing to do.
Not something. Actually, it'd be fine for you because if you're in the 4 seed, then you avoid them at all costs.
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't think that they will be able to beat the Chiefs twice, but they played them so well that I wouldn't mind seeing them again. But Buffalo in this game, they're gonna. The Jets are not gonna play.
But Zach Wilson looks good. I'll say that. Zach Wilson has shown that he's a halfway decent quarterback.
19-33.
I know, but the coaching, they got a good coach. They got halfway decent quarterback. Now just build a team. You have the core. You have the core.
Prove to
now
me you can build
need to build the roster.
Yeah. Prove to me you can build the roster, but I don't think the Jets are going to put 2 performances like that in a row together. 49ers at Rams. I'm going San Francisco because Kyle Shanahan does not lose to Sean McVay.
I'm going the Rams because Kyle Shanahan needs to be fired.
Okay.
Get him out of there. Fire Shanahan. San Francisco. He's the problem.
Oh.
Also, hot take: Trey Lance may be a bust. Trey Lance does not look good at all. Maybe it's because he's a rookie. Maybe it's because he's only played 19 football games at the college level.
At any level higher than high school, yeah. I think we need to let him microwave a little bit. We need to let him.
But that serves the question: what are the 49ers going to look like next year? Jimmy G's more than likely gone.
Yeah, I mean.
He's going to have the reins next year.
Yeah, he is going.
So he's going to get thrown in the spot a lot quicker than he is. And the roster they have is good enough to win that division.
Oh, yeah. And just speaking as gambling-wise, you should pay attention to every detail. Deebo Samuel's child was born. He had his son this past weekend. They ended up winning. Every player who's had a kid in the week of the game that they've been playing has won.
Why do you tell me this after the week?
Listen, I got it afterwards too, but you just look through everybody. If they have a picture in the hospital and
am I supposed to follow 250 some odd? That's way more than that. Like fucking 2,000 players' Instagrams.
You got to follow their wives at least.
Oh my god.
More than likely.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna skyrocket my follow account on Instagram to 2,000 people. It's all gonna be the players' wives of the NFL.
It's gonna.
Because that's not creepy at all.
Do you want to win your bets or do you not want to win your bets? I'm just putting it out there. Next game up, Patriots at the Dolphins. I'm thinking New England wins this one because New England still has the chance to win the division and get a home playoff game. I don't think they want to be wild card. They haven't won wild card game, I think, since possibly 2001.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been, I mean...
They're not usually great at long run.
No, it's not good for them.
I'm going to go Patriots too because they want that. Dolphins have nothing to play for.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dolphins, 2 years in a row, it might become...
right on the edge of making playoffs and just lose it the last 2 weeks of the year.
If I was in Miami, I would be hoping that that's not a trend with Flores and Tagovailoa. But
I got a question for you. You hate the Dolphins and burning passion, but if you had to pick one, who would you pick, Tua or Flores? Because Flores has some questionable coaching.
Yeah, I mean...
And Tua has had some really good spurts of football games.
It really comes down to, do you value the players on the field more, or do you value what a coach can bring? And I think that, Brian Flores has done well as a former Patriots assistant. That's not saying a whole lot. Because normally when you leave that system, you struggle. So I don't necessarily know. I would probably go with Tua just because of the possible upside. As much as I don't think that he's a great quarterback now like everybody wants to say.
Before the season, you would have not even hesitated saying Brian Flores.
That's true. But yes, I agree with you. The guy that's, if you're close but can never get there, I lived that for 16 years.
A very long time.
Yeah, it's not a good situation. I would take the quarterback in that situation. So, Dolphins are going to get beat at home this weekend against Patriots, according to us. Seahawks at the Cardinals. Cardinals big bounce back win against the Cowboys.
Russell Wilson's last game as a Seahawks? Question mark.
I mean, What does Ciara say? What does Ciara want?
Ciara,
Now we know what's going to happen.
Ciara wishes that he would have got traded to the Rams before last offseason, and that the Rams didn't go swing on Matt Stafford.
Oh, well, I think the Rams would have probably liked that situation too, because Stafford's looked like absolute dog shit the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
He has not been the reason.
Russ has not been a whole lot better. Let's keep it buck too.
Well,
I'm going to Cardinals. I don't think they have a whole lot to play for. I mean, they're going to win the division, I think. I don't think the Rams can still. I think they have the tiebreaker over the Rams still.
If the Rams win, then I think if the Rams win and the Cardinals lose, then the Rams would win the division. So the Cardinals got to put your faith in Cliff Kingsbury.
I think the Cardinals are a more talented team top to bottom.
They are, yes. I agree with that. Panthers at the Buccaneers. Sunday Night Football. Tom Brady.
This isn't the Sunday Night Football game. It's the Chargers Raiders.
Oh, yeah, there's no Monday Night Football.
There's no Monday Night Football.
My bad. Panthers at Bucks. Any hesitation here?
No.
Even without Antonio Brown?
The Buccaneers, if Tom Brady wins with this team.
If he wins the Super Bowl with this team, yeah, I don't even know. He's
I
already
don't even know where the conversation.
He's all ready to go. What do you call him at that point?
Yeah, the fact it's Mike Evans and a bunch of just random receivers from
Mike Evans and Gronk.
Gronk, yeah, that's just a bunch of random motherfuckers just catching the ball for him, and he wins the Super Bowl. That'd be an all-time story.
Yeah. Did you see Gronk's explanation when he was asked about Antonio Brown the other day? He's like, I honestly wasn't paying it. I was running.
Honestly, he's not telling a lie. He's probably true.
I had no clue what was going on.
I was running heads and bashing heads of people.
I was blocking the defensive end on the other side. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I wasn't worried about Antonio Brown doing jumping jacks down the end zone and then promoting his
rap album.
Yeah, that was great. I'm so glad that you found
this 30 for 30 is going to be incredible. They're going to do a story on him, and I hope this doesn't happen for a very, very long time. But his brain needs to be checked.
Yeah.
The CTE thing, like this may be the biggest, like, because I've seen some videos of him like farting in a doctor's office. Like some of this shit is just disturbing, and I don't know. I don't know. I hope he gets help.
It seems like there's more to the situation than what we're being shown, but I do think that he was this way in Pittsburgh before the hit. Also, he was getting to that.
He wasn't as much.
He wasn't as much, but everybody said it so far, but we gotta give Mike Tomlin credit for the fact that he managed a locker room with Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown in it for 9 years. They were together in that locker room for 9 years.
He was Ron Artest before the Mouse of the Palace. Very good player, one of the best young players in basketball. Yeah. And then the Mouse of the Palace happens. You're like, oh fuck, here we go. This guy
went nuts.
Went nuts, yes.
And for Ron Artest didn't get hit in the head. It knocked his wires loose. He almost killed a fan, and that's what knocked his wires loose. Antonio Brown there's no other way to say it. He's definitely struggling. I'm glad that you found every time. That's been my go-to today when I'm talking about football. Did you know Antonio Brown released a SoundCloud album like an hour after he left the stadium?
An hour after, yeah. And he's promoting it all. He's at the Nets game. Like he's doing whatever he wants.
Yeah. Chargers at the Raiders. Now I have a feeling I know who you're picking.
So much.
Yeah, I know who you're going to pick.
Really, you do? The team I hate and the team I have no faith in.
Well, yeah, because if it were me, I was going based off of what I was thinking, and I've done it a couple of times. I have one team in my division I will never pick to win a game. And I know that team for you.
Oh, do you? I want to hear what you think.
I think it's the Raiders. I think that you will never in your life pick the Raiders.
I thought you were going to say the Chargers.
No. You just like to make fun of the Chargers.
Because the Chargers are not a hatred organization.
It's not a hatred there. It's just I got to laugh at you because you have you think you know what you're doing.
Congrats. You got a good quarterback. The Chargers are still never going to get to the Super Bowl in my lifetime.
Yeah, you just mussed their hair a little bit. Oh, get out of here, you rascal.
And the Raiders good. Good for you.
The Raiders are the guy that tried to key your car after the game. You're like, fuck you guys. That's... Yeah.
I'm going Chargers because of my spite for the Raiders, but I'm not confident that they'll win because honestly, they'd be the team that fumbled the bag.
They would be.
They would be the team that fumbled the bag.
I'm picking the Chargers just for the sole fact that I want. It would be cool to see Eckler play in the playoffs if they do get the win, or maybe we get the tie that you were bringing up earlier.
That would be absolutely insane.
All right. Whoever you think is going to win, that's the last week of the NFL regular season, first ever Week 18, and we'll be sure to get it back into everything with the playoffs coming up.